We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Now, you are with an avid sports guy. I mean, with bare minimum, the Duke basketball. Steven loves it.
Yeah, Duke basketball. I mean, with fantasy football already coming up, I've already got messages about what's going on in the building. And I asked him, I said, "You're doing my team, right?" And he said, "Yeah."
Oh, like the fantasy team?
Yeah, he's going to take care of it for me.
Is he a stressful person to watch sports with?
So it depends. Football, not really. He doesn't get too crazy about that. The only thing, like if something crazy happens, he rewinds it and he has to show me, or he'll like pull up a highlight. And so I act interested, but really, cool. The guy caught the ball and continued running. That and
that is the point, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll do that. That's kind of annoying. If it's March Madness, this was years ago. We went down to Florida for one of his birthday. And Duke they made it far into the bracket. And watching it with him was very stressful.
Because he was, like, into it.
He was into it, and I was trying to talk to him just about, like, whatever. We're on vacation, and your girl's a little tipsy. And so I think he was kind of annoyed with me, but I was annoyed that he was paying so much attention to the football or the basketball game. I didn't care about that.
Could you handle this? Nicole brings us this. She says, I love my boyfriend. I really do. But I hate the football version of my boyfriend. The second football season starts, he becomes a different person. He's yelling at the TV, pacing around, getting genuinely angry when his team loses, and entire weekends revolve around these games. Even when I'm not watching with him, I can feel the stress from around his apartment if I'm over there. I've tried telling him if it gets too intense, I'm just going to have to leave. And he says, oh, don't be crazy. I'm not the crazy one here. Would it be insane if I just start making my own plans on days where I know he's going to be watching football and staying away from him entirely? Part of me is joking, but I honestly wonder if it wouldn't be worth taking a pause on our relationship until after the season is over. At least maybe before the Super Bowl, because unless his team makes it, then I won't talk to him until late February. Is avoiding my football boyfriend the craziest thing in the world when I don't think I can date him like that again?
So completely breaking up with him is wild. Yeah.
It kind of is over his hobby or whatever, but I guess I don't know how intense he's been either. I have a guess.
But breaking up the relationship, come back to me when the Super Bowl is over. That's nuts, okay? That's a long time. Why? I like the idea, though, of game days, you're doing something else. Hey, I'm just going to stay home today. You watch the game, you and your buddies, or you just watch it yourself. You get so into it, I want to leave you alone to watch it.
So, full-on break for football season, little extreme. If she's not joking, you think that's extreme.
That's too much, completely breaking up, because games aren't on every day.
You'd be missing the holidays. You're not going to be seeing them for months. It would be January or February that you actually see this man again. So that's maybe a little bit far. I don't hate the idea of you being gone on football days, though. Let's be honest. That means, this is goofy now because this is preseason, so it's, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but it's going to be, Mondays you can't be around him, Thursdays you can't be around him, and then obviously on Sundays you can't be around him.
Sunday nights, though.
No, it's all Sunday.
It's all day?
Yeah.
Gross.
Noon games, man. Oh, gosh. Sometimes even earlier when they have those international games, you getting up at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, Germany and things.
So you're not going to be seeing a lot. There's 4 days a week you can be near him, most weeks.
Sounds like a healthy relationship, honestly,
Yeah.
and some time apart.
And is it fair to say, listen, I love that you have a hobby. I love that you have an interest. Got to be honest with you, I don't really need to hear about it. Like, I don't want to be part of this.
I wouldn't say it like that.
If you're going to be all emotional about it.
I don't need to hear about it. That's rude.
So let's say your hobby was stamp collecting.
Okay.
And every time you stamp collected, you had some rants and raves and you're throwing stuff and you're mad and you're emotional and you're pacing around the room. I can't believe my forever stamp from 1992. I think it'd be okay for him to say, I don't want to be around you when you're angry stamp collecting.
Okay, you can say when you're angry stamp collecting, but don't say, I don't want to hear about this. I'm sure he's still going to vent about it. I can't believe they lost the game the other day. You need to be able to hear that.
That sucks for them.
Yeah, but you could say, it gets too intense when I'm over watching the game with you, so I think it's best for you to watch it by yourself.
Now I just want to meet an angry stamp collector.
I don't know what you'd be getting angry about. Not sticking?
You licked my stamp.
Or maybe that.
That's from 1963, you monster. And that's before the invent of forever stamps. So now we need so many more stamps.
I think just having him watch it by himself or with his buddies, say, it gets too crazy. You yell, you get angry. I think he's still going to vent about them losing or the game to you. That you just have to accept.
Well, then maybe do just end it till January then. If you don't want to
You
deal with it.
cannot break up with someone over something they like.
See if you're still available when the sports season's done. What are you thinking about taking a break for football season, or is there a better way?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he gets that miserable to be around, I mean, you could break it off. But, I mean, if not, otherwise, if you want to just, like, still kind of hang out with him, get yourself some hobbies or something and then go out with your friends more and kind of do more of you. And then just be around him a little bit less in the fall and just make it clear to him that it's because you don't enjoy, like, the football version of him.
You get like your own thing going on, kind of like she's saying. You're just not as available on those days.
I think, yeah, game days, you're doing your own thing. Someone even said, don't break up with him because of football. Just stop watching football with him. My husband also turns into a completely different human when football is on. Learned that years ago, especially when his team is losing. That's my cue. Go shopping, take a bath, watch something in another room. I'm just not around him.
So she has been with him long enough that she knows she doesn't like her boyfriend when he's watching football. Don't want to be around him for that. She's thought about taking a break for the season. That seems a little extreme. Is it just a matter of finding other things to do? Do you say, I don't want to be part of this? Have you dealt with this, and how did you handle it in your relationship? Any other thoughts for Nicole? 237, it's in the Playhouse.
Mornings are just better when they start with the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
I don't get why people do act like that, like they're like on the team.
You know, yeah, I get having a team that you're really passionate about.
Yes.
And maybe it can kind of hurt you, like you're a little perturbed for a little bit after the game, but you got to be able to move on. Like, it's just the nature of sports.
Yeah, it can't control your life. If they're doing bad, then what? Everything in your life is bad? That's nuts.
Now, if you're doing the sports betting thing, maybe I get a little bit more.
You got some money on the line.
Lost thousands of dollars. Oh, my gosh. But she's wondering, how do I date somebody like this over football season? Is it a matter of just being busy, having my own thing going on, saying I don't want to be hearing about any of this? She's gone so far as to ponder, do we take a break for the season? But you're not going to talk to him for months. You're going to miss the holidays, and that's not a practical long-term solution. What are you going to do, break up with him every football season?
And that's what someone was pointing out. If she's already thinking about breaking up with him because she can't handle him for a few months out of the year, I think football is exposing bigger problems. What's going to happen if something stressful happens in their life? And someone else said, my dad was crazy during football games when I was growing up. You could tell if the Vikings were losing just by walking around the house. And nobody wanted to be the person who accidentally said, what's wrong? I promised myself I would never date someone who made game days stressful.
Would it be the wildest thing in the world to just bounce from the relationship for the season in general? Do you break up over this?
I so get this because I'm like a huge NDSU Bison fan.
Sure.
And I started dating this guy who was as well, and he was totally the same way and like super loud and obnoxious. And it was a deal breaker for me. And it's because I know that it's possible to be a fan without being over the top. And I feel like it's totally acceptable to break up with someone because you don't like how they express their interests or their passions.
So you're not so much of the taking a break mentality even. You might be seeing a version of him you just don't want long term at all.
That's what someone else said. My ex literally punched the couch because his team missed a field goal. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, please calm down. That relationship did not last. And someone else said, I dated a guy like this. Every single game day was like walking on eggshells. If his team won, he was amazing. If they lost, I couldn't talk to him for hours. The house was so tense. I finally realized I had to schedule my life around being emotionally safe from a man. Watching other people play football, it was not worth it.
Can you even like kind of imagine being such a fan of something that it ruined romantic relationships? And he would probably wear that as a badge of honor, too. He'd tell everybody, like, I love the, let's just say Vikings. I don't know what his team is. I love the Vikings so much. She couldn't handle my passion. She broke up with me because I bleed purple. Skull Vikings! Like, that'd be scary.
But, like, that doesn't sound like something to brag about. If a guy bragged to me about that, I'd be like, that's, like, not a selling point.
And let me tell you from some experience, I mean, if that's the team he chose, he would be sad a lot.
Someone said she doesn't have to break up with him, but she should say, hey, football's your thing. I don't enjoy watching it with you. My husband has to watch every game with his buddies now, so then I get a few hours by myself. Everyone survives that way, and it works for us.
The simple fix is just, hey, you're a lot. I don't want to get in the way because I just don't feel that passion. I will always be doing other things. I'm not going to sit here and try to be part of this.
But, and she said, she's like tried to tell him like, hey, it gets a little nuts when you're watching the game. And he was like, you're the crazy one. I don't like that he's flipping it. She needs to say like, you literally yell, you get angry. That's not fun to be around. And maybe he would try to work on it a little bit.
Good on you for attempting to
Yeah.
be part of his hobby, though, right? Because, you know, a lot of times there's somebody that's really into something and they try to kind of invite somebody in and they're hesitant. Oh, no, that could just be your thing. You tried. It was just awful.
Someone said my wife banned me from watching games in our living room because I woke up one of her kids when I was celebrating a touchdown. It's not like I'm getting angry, but I do just kind of celebrate a lot. So now I have to watch in the basement. I think
That
that's
poor
fair.
Kid, by the way.
Woke him up. Woohoo!
Like, what's happening? What are we excited about? Is it Christmas? No, we just get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Everybody
Go
should
back
know.
to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Good night.